Rahim, in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Welcome to Lady Khadija. May God be pleased with her online college. It's Year 1 A-Level Maths, following the Edexcel syllabus, UK and International A-Level. Today's topic is solving quadratic equations, but these ones look a little bit different to your normal quadratic equation. So what makes an equation quadratic is if it's got an x squared term in there. So these two equations that you're about to see, there is an x squared term in there, but we are going to solve it a different way to what we've done so far. So here's the equation: 2x minus 3 in brackets squared is equal to 25. So where's the x squared? Well, if we expanded out these brackets here, this bracket here, 2x minus 3 bracket is being times by itself. So if we did that expansion, we would get an x squared. But because it's in this form, then it's better to keep it in this form and use the inverse operations method. So inverse operations method, very basic method at GCSE. We're trying to solve equations. You start with the answer and you work backwards, doing the opposite of what you see. So the first thing we're going to do is the opposite of the square, which is square root. So that will become 2x minus 3. We're going to square root both sides. So that's square root of 25. Square root of 25 is not just 5, but plus and minus 5. You have to remember square roots at A level. You need to remember they have plus and minus. So it's two possible answers there. Then we can drop the brackets because there's nothing in front or behind the brackets. Then carry on with the inverse method. So next we can plus 3. So it's plus 3 and then divide by 2. So let's plus 3 first. And then dividing by 2, everything gets divided by 2. So the plus and minus 5 gets divided by 2. And then the plus 3 gets divided by 2. So that leads to two possible answers. We've got one answer is with the plus, so it's 5 over 2 plus 3 over 2, which is 8 over 2, which is 4. If you're more comfortable, you can just type this into a calculator rather than worry about the fractions. This one is minus 5 over 2, taking the negative, plus 3 over 2, which makes minus 2 over 2, which is equal to minus 1. Okay, so inverse operations start with the answer, 25, and then work backwards. We'll use exactly the same method on the next one, but we'll just shortcut the working a little bit just to show you a slightly faster way. So here the question is x minus 3 squared is equal to 7. So this is the way that once you've got a bit of experience, you can just jump straight to. So you can say x is equal to. So you know we're going to start with the answer, 7. We are going to square root it. That's going to give us plus and minus. Then we are going to plus 3. So we can write that as, that's not a square number, so we'll just have to stick with the 7. So that's about it. You don't need to even go into a second line. So that's your answer. What you can do is just split it into two separate answers with the plus and the minus. So we can have positive version of root 7 plus 3 and the negative version of root 7 plus 3. Normally better to write the number without the square root first. So 3 plus root 7 is easier to look at and deal with, and 3 minus root 7. So you can see very, very fast method. No need to expand the brackets. Just start with the 7 and do the opposite for each operation. Square root plus 3. Remember the square root has to be a plus and minus. That's it from today's lesson. Join me again tomorrow for more on A-level maths. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace be with you and the mercy and blessings of God.